Sri Ramakrishna Enama. I am from Ramakrishna Mission Vidyamandira-Howrah, and I need a. Okay. So today my topic is defending against AI-based attack, and today I'll be talking about a new technology. It's called gossip learning. This is my college. It's a dream child of none other than Swami Vivekananda. And the name Vidyamandira is coined by Swamiji himself. These are my different publications. I have more than 150 publications in different ACI and Scopus Index journals. So today we are talking about data. And whenever we are talking about data, then we are saying that data is everything. Data is a gold, data is oil. Lot of people are said that data is actually the most vital thing from where we can generate revenue. But I'm going to the previous slide. Here, we all know about the GDPR and the DPDP Act. So this GDPR, this act is called General Data Protection Act, where it was released on 2016 and it went into effect from 2018. Now we are eagerly waiting for the DPDP Act. This is called Digital Personal Data Protection Act. So when we are talking about data, the first thing is that how to maintain the data, how to put the data across the organization. Not only that, but how to get revenue out of it, I have already told you. And the second thing is that how to secure the data. Because right now we are in the era of this DPDP. So lot of people misguide in this scenario what is data privacy, what is data security. Now whenever we are talking about data privacy, the very small definition here, individual rights, how we can protect the individual rights, where from we gather the data, how to use the data, how to share the data. And data security means what are the different encryption algorithm we are using, right? What are the firewall we are using. But when we are talking about this data privacy and data security, whether we are thinking that whenever we are applying any machine learning algorithm, in GenAI algorithm, then how we are actually preventing this privacy, how we are ensuring this privacy, right? So in DPDP Act or GDPR, there is no clear mention about the provision of AI-based attacks, right? That is the more vulnerable thing. Another thing is that if you look at the clause 3C2 in DPDP Act, it's saying that whatever information, I am repeating once again, whatever informations are available in the social media account, all are public information. Now think of the situation. Your information is available in the social media account. From that information, if I am able to infer your personal data, then what? What will be the consequence? So there are different AI-based attacks like deepfake, phishing, next automated vulnerable exploitation. Lot of attacks are there. We are using AI to generate different kind of malware which has adaptive nature, So the tagline should be Nakli chehra asli khel suraksha ka ho gaya fail. This is deepfake. This is one of my write-ups where I have talked about the deepfake technology, and I have implemented that. We got 99% accuracy. I have published that paper. And we are talking about that we have already locked our Aadhaar card. We have generated VID. Right now we are secured. But sorry to say that using AI-based technology, I can give you the phishing email so that I can get your VID as well as the OTP. So I have also talked about generating AI-based social engineering attack, Stegosploit. If I send you a picture, that picture can have a malware. If you just click on the picture, it can bypass any kind of security. Believe me, already I have implemented in my lab. Next one is loan fraud app. These are all my write-ups, and sextortion. So what I am saying that this is lot of attacks are there in this 2024, and also there will be a lot of evolving attacks. So what will be the motto? The motto is that this attack is not going to be stopped. We need to upskill our proficiency. So educate the people about the threats, number one. Number two should be adapt process to support resilience. And number three, ensure adequate defenses are in place. So, this is the write-up about that. Now, machine learning is old. Here, we are talking about sabka data, sabki suraksha. It's called federated learning. Have you heard about federated learning? Anyone? Have you heard about federated learning? That means, whenever I am talking about federated learning, we are not accumulating the data set in a central server. Rather, the data sets are actually residing in the client side. We are sending our model to the client side, and my models are running at the client side. Only the clients are sharing model parameters to the server. That is the beauty of federated learning, where we are not sharing any data. We are maintaining the GDPR and the DPDP Act here. So, the problem is that, have you ever looked that whatever the data set are given to you, what is the validity of the data set? Is there any poison data in your data set? This is called data poisoning attacks. And whenever we are performing these kind of things, we are first checking how much resources are available in that edge devices. So, this federated learning is actually suffering from this data poisoning attack. That's why we are moving to the next section. It's called edge learning based security. Edge learning means, whenever we are talking about federated learning, there is a central server and it actually managing the client, but server is not asking for data. But whenever we are moving to the edge learning, it's a complete distributed learning. There is no central server. Okay? So, everyone in that network is actually just communicating like a peer. It's a peer-to-peer communication. But the problem is that the node we are talking about has a very limited power. What about the AI-based attack? How they will resist the AI-based attack, right? So, move to the today's lecture is called gossip learning. Gossip learning का साथ cyber सुरक्षा का विकास. So, whenever we are talking about the gossip learning, that means we have a peer-to-peer network, and what we are actually saying, to our peer, our model updates. Means I have a data set, I am not going to transfer my data set. I am actually implemented my ML, DL, Gen AI kind of algorithm on my data set, and I am getting the accuracy. Whatever the model parameters are there, I am sharing the model parameters with my peer. So, only model parameters are going to be shared like gossiping. So, this is the scenario or the pictures. So, here we can share the limited amount of data, right? And we can only share according to the consent based data uses. We are not sharing every information, every model updates. So, now one question can be asked, whenever we are sharing the small model updates, what about the situation if model updates get hacked? So, before sharing these model updates, we are actually adding some noise, so that if model updates get hacked, from there the attacker will not be able to find out what was my actual data set, right? And also, I am talking about another layer of security. It's called SMPC, Secure Multi-Party Computation. Instead of sharing the model parameters, we are actually dividing the model parameter into different shares, and we are sharing the shares. Next, we are talking about next level of gossip learning. It's called learning, meta learning, gossip meta learning. Look at the tagline, Suraksha tutegi, data lutegi, because in our generative AI, if I asked the ChatGPT to generate a phishing mail, it will not generate that because of the content policy. But we have a warm GPT. One step ahead, it's actually designed for the cyber criminals, right? If you are not satisfied with the warm GPT, I have another option for you. It's called Wolf GPT. If you are not satisfied with this Wolf GPT, okay, I have another option for you. It's called Fraud GPT. It actually guides you where to put the malicious phishing link, and it's actually updated every 1 or 2 weeks. So, look at the vulnerability. AI is actually serving the double-edged sword, right? one hand we are using AI for the security, and another hand we are actually designing this kind of malware using AI. So whenever we are talking about the meta learning, so look at these attacks. So we need to learn the new kind of attacks. For learning or adapting this new kind of attacks, we need to learn the scenario. So here adapts the new malware, and it also, it can learn a new thing. Whatever the past knowledge it has, it can transfer the knowledge for the new kind of attacks. Next is called adaptive trust-weighted gossip mechanism. I have already told you that one particular node is sending the update to the another node. Why that node will believe to the other node? If the previous node was the malicious node, that's why I have a trusted weightage mechanism. Here we are prioritizing the updates. Here we are generating some trusting factor. What do you mean by trusting factor? The trusting factor depends on, this is called contribution accuracy, detection or malicious or anomalous behavior, and we are prioritizing the updates from reliable participant, and we are not believing the untrustworthy nodes. So again, we are starting with the zero trust. Our motto should be never trust, always verify, and always assume a breach. Number 3 is least privilege, and number 4 is non-binary access. Now, whenever I have a trust on a node, right now I have trust, this node is my trusted node, but whenever I am actually receiving the model updates, then I should ask to the node, what is the proof? What is the proof means that particular node may encounter some kind of AI based attacks. That's why that node has already updated his parameters and requested to me to update my parameter. So how can I believe his words? That's why I need a proof. It's called zero knowledge proof, ZKP. And whenever we are talking about AI based techniques, we have a very few amount of examples of AI based attack. We do not have a huge data set of AI based attack, because we are talking about 1-day attack, 0-day attack, right? So for this kind of situation where we need generative AI for edge invariant face recognition techniques, we have limited amount of information. Then we are using GAN, Generative Adversarial Neural Network, this GAN, for generating a new kind of example. This is a Python code through which we can generate synthetic data, because we need to augment our data set. And then what we are doing actually, we are using few short gossip learning. That means this learning has a limited example. This particular gossip learning can learn from the limited example. Now move on to the next one. It's one shot. You have encountered a 0-day attack, right? So we have only one example. So from that one example, how will you learn your algorithm? How will you train your algorithm? So this is the situation. I have a solution. It's called one-shot gossip learning. And the next one. So if I have trained my model enough, but I have to prepare for the 0-day attack. I do not know about the signature of the malware. Then what? So there should be a 0-shot gossip learning. Here we have 3 kinds of training: conceptual knowledge transfer, attribute based training, and embedded steps or spaces. Next, I have already talked about that how to perform machine learning algorithm in a new way, in a new shape. But I haven't yet talked about what about your dataset security. Whenever I am actually presenting one machine learning algorithm on a dataset, who going to give you the guarantee that particular machine learning model do not have any hidden features that can leak your data? That's why right now we are actually working on machine learning on encrypted data. Look at here. This is my encrypted data. I am running the machine learning algorithm. We are generating the result that is also in an encrypted format, and we can decrypt again, right? So this is the scenario. We can encrypt the result and also we can decrypt. And this is the final version. Final version is called security and purity. The name is called Gange, Gossip Learning Based Adaptive Network Generation Encryption. That means the previous slide I have told you, I have encrypted my data set and I am just using machine learning algorithm on that encrypted data set. And we all know the encryption power is actually depending upon the key. We all know AES encryption, we all know the algorithm. But think of the situation, if we don't know the machine learning algorithm, don't know the encryption algorithm, here we have used neural network that can generate encryption algorithm on the fly depending upon the capacity of advisories, and each session a new kind of encryption algorithm can be generated. Okay, I am closing here. Before that, picture abhi baki hai. So, kaun sa picture baki hai? So, if I send you one particular image through WhatsApp, if you click on that image, if you just click on that zip file, what will happen? I can attack your, I can have your dashboard, so that, look at here, whatever the I have performed 0-day attack, the antivirus software will not be able to find out any kind of vulnerability in my system, right? And what we can do, we can maintain the remote connection, we can share the live screen, we can take the screenshot, we can download the screenshot, we can turn on your webcam without turning on your flashlight. And we can take the picture, we can download it, we can delete any file, we can upload any file, we can read any file arbitrarily, we can execute any command. Not only that, we can use Telegram or WhatsApp message for generating this kind of command to handle your system. Not only that, we can steal your passwords. Even if you forward that particular image or PDF file or WAT file, I can hack multiple computer system. Look at here, I have hacked client 1, switched to the client 3. In this way, I can hack any system. So what is the solution? We should not use the internet, right? This is my solution. If you are in offline, then also I can hack you. Thank you, stay alert, stay safe, and for any kind of crime, please dial 1930 or log on to the cybercrime.gov.in. Thank you for your patience. Thank you so much.